Hello students, welcome back to the Smart Box. We will be watching our chapter 9 today, that is motion and types of motion. Okay, what do you mean by motion? First of all, anything which moves. Okay, जो भी चीज़ें जो हिलती है यहाँ से वहाँ जाती है वो अपना प्लेस चेंज करती है, that is that a thing which make displacement is known as under motion. Okay, there are different types of motion we will be studying in this chapter. Okay, first of all we will be seeing that some of the examples and some of the pictures has been drawn in our textbook, that is on the first page of the chapter. You all can see that the first boy is throwing a football, kicking a football, kicking a football. Okay, therefore when the ball wasn't in the motion, the ball was on the floor, that means the ball wasn't in a motion and the boy kicked the ball. Okay, when the boy kicked the ball was in motion. Okay, you can see the second object, that is top. Okay, top is spinning. Okay, in the third picture we can see that a boy is throwing a ball upside and it is coming down again. Okay, and we see an aeroplane and we see a potter making pots. Okay, so these all the pictures shows us different type of motion. Okay, and which motion is called what and what is the definition of that motion we will be studying in this chapter. Okay, but first of all, any object that is moving will be known as the motion of the object. Okay, first of all, what is motion? While waiting for a bus or at a bus stop, other vehicles appear to be in the state of motion. अगर आप लोग ने ये जो है बहुत बार एक्सपीरियंस किया होगा that when we are standing on a bus stop, okay, we see that the vehicles are moving. Okay, the bike is moving, the cycle is moving, the bus is moving, the car is moving. Okay, we are stationary, we are standing at a same place, but we can see that everything else around us is moving. Okay, everything else is moving around us, that is known as motion. Okay, but we are not in motion, but for us everything is in motion. The same thing goes when we are in the bus. Okay, when we are in the bus we can see that the trees, the buildings, okay, everything that moves backward and we move forward. Okay, that is also known as motion. We say that the trees are in motion, we say that the buildings are in motion, but actually we are who are in the motion. Okay, so the simple definition of motion is the continuous displacement of an object is called motion. Very first thing which you have to write in your textbook notebook is this motion ka definition. Okay, motion's definition is the first thing which you have to write it in your book. Okay, so this is the continuous displacement of an object is called motion. Next is types of motion. First of all is linear motion. We have seen in the picture that a boy is throwing a ball upwards. Okay, that is a linear motion. Why? A train or a moving vehicle on a road may travel in a straight line or in a same direction. This motion of an object is called linear motion. Okay, whenever anything is traveling in a straight line, okay, whenever anything is traveling in a straight line, we say that that thing is in linear motion. So if we throw the ball upwards, okay, if we throw the ball upwards, then we can see that the ball comes downwards in the same direction. If the path is same, then we say that this motion is a linear motion. So here you have to write the second line. This line you have to write, this motion of an object is called a linear motion, which the object traveling in a straight line or in the same direction, this motion of an object is called as linear motion. Okay, this is the definition of linear motion. You all can see that there are soldiers marching. ओके ये हम देखते हैं 26 जनवरी को और 15 अगस्त को जो है हम ये सारी चीज़ें जो है रेड फोर्ट के पास देख सकते हैं they are marching in a very straight line. You all can see that. Okay, compare the motion of the soldier on the parade and the girl coming downward on a slide, और अ गन बीन शॉट और एन एरोप्लेन. ओके, ये सबका मोशन अगर आप देखोगे तो ये लोग सब एक सेम डायरेक्शन में ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं और एक स्ट्रेट लाइन में ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं. Therefore, these types of motion are called as linear motion. Some are uniform linear motion and some are non-uniform linear motion. Okay, what do you mean by uniform linear motion? ऐसा मोशन जिसमें आपकी स्पीड जो है वो क्या होती है, कांस्टेंट होती है, उसे हम क्या कहते हैं, यूनिफॉर्म लीनियर मोशन कहते हैं. दिस यू हैव टू राइट इट इन योर बुक. एंड सेकेंड थिंग इज नॉन यूनिफॉर्म मोशन. दैट मीन्स the linear motion in which the speed of anything is not constant, the speed is constantly changing, that is known as non-uniform linear motion. Okay, next is नॉन लीनियर मोशन. ओके, नॉन लीनियर मोशन का मतलब क्या होता है, ये एक स्ट्रेट लाइन में वो लोग ट्रैवल नहीं करेंगे. लीनियर मोशन का मतलब होता है स्ट्रेट लाइन में ट्रैवल करेंगे, बट नॉन लीनियर का मतलब होता है कि स्ट्रेट लाइन में ट्रैवल नहीं करेंगे. स्ट्रेट लाइन में ट्रैवल नहीं करने का मतलब है कि दे विल बी स्विंगिंग इन राउंड. ओके, तो आप देख सकते हैं कि इफ़ यू आर ऑन अ क्रेडल, अगर आप झूला झूल रहे हैं तो यू ऑल कैन सी दैट मोशन इज़ नॉट अ लीनियर मोशन. आप सेम पाथ ज़रूर कवर करते हैं, बट दैट मोशन कांट बी seen to be a linear motion because it is not in the straight line. Okay, it is oscillatory motion. Now, what is the definition of oscillatory motion? You all can read from this that the swing always comes back from one end to the other end. It takes about the same time for each swing or oscillation. The movement of a swing is called oscillatory motion. Okay, this is the definition of oscillatory motion, that whenever the movement is in a swing, okay, that is known as oscillatory motion. Okay, here are some of the definition. The motion of a body that is oscillating, that is swinging back and forth, is called as oscillatory motion. This is the definition of oscillatory motion. कोई भी बॉडी जो आगे पीछे बार बार स्विंग होती रहती है उसे हम क्या कहते हैं, oscillatory motion कहते हैं. The motion of an object along a circular path is called circular motion. Okay, any object which is swinging. Okay, जैसे आप झूले पे झूल रहे हो तो आप जो है 360 डिग्री नहीं झूल सकते, पूरा एक सर्कल नहीं बना सकते. यू कैन हार्डली मेक अ सेमी सर्कल. तो वो स्विंग को हम क्या कहेंगे, ऑसिलेटरी मोशन कहेंगे. लेकिन उसी झूले पे अगर आप 360 घूमने लग गए तो उसे हम क्या कहने लगेंगे, सर्कुलर मोशन कहेंगे. ठीक है. थर्ड इज the motion of an object which passes through a certain point again and again after a fixed period of time is called as periodic motion. जैसे कि आप लोग अपनी जो है वॉच देख सकते हो, जो क्लॉक होती है या वॉच होती है उसके अंदर जो हमारे डायल्स होते हैं, जो आवर हैंड्स एंड मिनट हैंड्स होते हैं या सेकंड हैंड्स होते हैं, वो सेकंड हैंड जो है एग्जैक्टली 1 मिनट बाद जो है, अगर 12 से स्टार्ट हो रहा है तो वो एग्जैक्टली 1 मिनट बाद वापस से 12 पे आएगा, फिर एग्जैक्टली 1 मिनट बाद वापस से 12 पे आएगा. एंड इट इज़ परफॉर्मिंग अ सर्कुलर मोशन ऑल्सो. तो वॉट इट इज़ ट्राइंग टू से दैट इफ एनीथिंग which is fixed to come again and again on the same place after a same period of time is known as periodic motion. Okay, so this you have to write. Next is random motion. Okay, रैंडम मोशन का मतलब क्या होता है कि ये मोशन के बारे में यू कांट डिफाइन एनीथिंग. ओके, यू कांट डिफाइन एनीथिंग अबाउट दिस मोशन. यू डोंट हैव एनी डायरेक्शन फॉर इट. यू कांट जज द डायरेक्शन ऑफ इट. ओके, सो दिस इज़ अ वेरी गुड एग्जाम्पल विच इज़ द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ अ बटरफ्लाई. You all must have seen a butterfly. The butterfly that flies in air, they just fly in any direction they want. Okay, they do not have any fixed path. Okay, that is known as random motion. Okay, so there is no definite direction to its motion. Okay, when there is no definite direction to the motion, that motion is known as random motion. Okay, this is the definition. You have to write this in your book. Next is very important thing and very first formula for you all, that is the formula for speed. Okay, what do you mean by speed? Okay, The distance travel upon the time required for traversing the distance is known as speed. Okay, the short form of this formula is just distance upon time. That's it. The formula for speed is equal to distance upon time. That's it. The distance traversed by any object in the unit time is called the speed of that object. That means if you are traveling 5 kilometers, okay, if you are traveling 5 kilometers in 5 minutes, okay, so in 1 kilometer you have traveled 1 kilometer in 1 minute, okay, so that time and that distance, that is 5 kilometer upon 5 minutes. Okay, distance is 5 kilometer, time is 5 minutes, so we will divide it and we will say that you have traveled 1 kilometer in 1 minute. That is your speed. Okay, so the unit of speed is kilometer per hour or meter per second. Okay, these are the two units. Okay, so this pink box, everything in which whatever is written in that, you have to write it as the speed. Okay, this finishes your chapter over here. These were all the important definitions and important types of motion we have studied in this chapter itself. If you have any doubt, you all can comment us down, and if you are a new subscriber, a new viewer, do not forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching the Smart Box.